Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here, and today we'll be checking out the very early alpha stages of StarForge. This is a next-gen sandbox experience about gathering resources, building bases, crafting anything you want, and surviving on an alien planet. Now this game is inspired by games like Halo, Warcraft 3, Borderlands, Terraria, and Minecraft, and takes elements of RTS, FPS, RPG, voxel builder, tower defense, and physics sandbox games. Wow, that's a mouthful, and this is a game that's incredibly ambitious. Now, as we go into this video and as we begin to check out StarForge, realize once again, early alpha. There's a lot of things they plan to do with this game that are not currently implemented, but it has a ton of potential, and I want to kind of show you the groundwork of that potential and where they're looking to go in the future. First thing I'm going to do here is go out to these little weapon areas, and we got some weapons here. Now these are procedurally generated weapons. Remember, this game is inspired, one of its inspirations is Borderlands. It features procedural weapons that are going to be a unique combination of a sort of potential. And we're gonna grab this chainsaw here, which is pretty amazing at taking enemies out. So what I'm particularly doing right now is I'm playing in what's known as Fort Defense mode. The idea is I've got to protect this little thing here. Let's get these little aliens kind of floating around in it. And what's gonna happen is once we reach the time limit for the first round, which I believe is going to happen in a couple minutes from now, we're going to have aliens drop from the sky. So you can see 3 minutes from now, aliens are going to drop from the sky, and they're going to start moving towards and trying to attack this structure. Now, if they eliminate this structure, that is it for me. Now, beyond Fort Defense mode, this game is going to have sort of a creative mode where you can just do nothing but build. And building is really the primary feature of this game, and we're going to take a look at that in 1 minute. I just want to check this last chest here. Alright, so we got another weapon in there. So you can see I've got a handful of weapons now available. The last thing I'm going to do is we're going to grab this here, and then we're going to move it over to our resource area. And then I'm going to start converting. So you'll find things like these wooden pallets or these blocks of metal or blocks of stone, and by moving next to them, you're then able to turn them into materials to do different things. So as we move in, I'll try to go through all these tabs in a moment, but we're going to start off here in the data bank. We've got blueprints to build all sorts of things. We can build rocket turrets, searchlights, slammer turrets. We've got all sorts of different options. And but the most important thing though is we can get these tile sets here, which are going to be used for constructing buildings and bridges and all sorts of stuff like that. So I've got, you can set the amount with the slider here, and there's these different resource types are going to be wood, stone, and metal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some of my favorites. So we're going to grab this here. And we've got 500 available. It's going to be 50 to make 50 of them, and we're going to craft these, and we're going to use up all of our wood to get that tile set, and then we're going to use up our stone to get this one. Oh, I don't have any stone here. We're going to use up our metal to get this one. Okay, and I believe that's pretty much going to be everything. The only one I've got left is this oil. Now, oil's not used to build any of those tile sets, but it is used to build some of these structures, or maybe none of the ones that I've got blueprints for at the moment. Here you go, for example. So this rocket turret right here needs 10,000 oil. Now, each one of these, like this, for example, this one right here only gives me access to 100 oil, so that just goes to show you're going to have to gather a lot of those resources to make some of these things. But I'm also assuming there's going to be higher resource yields available from different things. So let's go ahead and start building now. What I'm going to do is by hitting Q, this is going to build up my ability to build. And we've got these 3 tile sets that I've got access to at the moment. And we can build just like in Minecraft. We've got these essentially these blocks that we can build in any direction we please, and we can build off of each other like that, so we can make this little like protruding area here. We can delete those though if we happen to build them in a spot we don't like. But my goal in Fort Defense is to construct this fort around that structure to defend it from those invading aliens. Now, these first few waves that we're going to deal with are quite easy to handle, so we don't really need the fort at the beginning, but as things go on over time, it's going to get more and more difficult. There's going to be more and more enemies coming, and it's just going to be a tougher experience. Now let's take a look here. We've got our first wave incoming right now. We've got a guy over here, so we're going to switch to our weapons and take him out. Another guy right there. Now these enemies are kind of stupid looking and really easy to take out, but once again, we're in early alpha. This is the very, very early stage of the game. And hopefully, this thing will only get better. And the enemies will get better looking, the interactions and animations with them will be better, and all those things. That's the hope, that's what I'm keeping my fingers crossed for, because I've made a video just prior to this one showing off some of the crazy potential of this game, where you can build structures literally all the way up into the sky, above the atmosphere, in fact into space, literally into space you can go, and you can keep going. The way they're selling this game here, or at least what they're saying that it's going to be able to do, is you will literally be able to build as far as you feel like. Like, you can just build towers straight up into the sky. Now, if you haven't seen that video, go give a look. But it's as crazy as it sounds. I could go straight up into the sky, above the atmosphere, and into space with a structure. I could just keep building up, 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 and there's essentially, they're stating that there's going to be no limit at all. I've got a little bit of a space underneath there. I'm really not too worried about that. But you can see we've sort of laid the groundwork of the structure. Now I want to make this sort of interesting looking. I'm not just going to build a straight up wall here. Why don't we, oh boy, well, we got another wave coming in just a moment, so we're going to get ready for that. So we're going to switch here to our weapons. And so you get different weapon types, and I'm sure they've got like stats and stuff and different capabilities. Again, their inspiration for this weapon system is coming from Borderlands, so sort of just envision that. If they eventually complete this and do what they'd like to do, it's going to be a Borderlands-style gun system. Use my chainsaw because it's hilariously easy to take them out with the chainsaw. Now you're going to notice things like the lack of a heads-up display. There's no HUD displaying my health or ammunition or anything like that. That's, again, something that will be coming in the future. It's just not here yet. And it's funny because taking a look at the forums on Steam, and this is available for early access purchase on Steam, so people can get into it right away and start playing it. But it's so funny to see like all the complaints about this game lacking features and things. When going into it, these people should be aware this is an early access build. This is not the final product. Like, this is... I just think a lot of people don't understand what an alpha is, or they buy into it knowing that it's listed as being an early alpha, but they say, herder, why is this game not complete? I mean, I am not saying that in its current incarnation it is anywhere near amazing, but again, the ideas behind it and the potential that it has, I think, is pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead. We got some wood here, so we're gonna craft a few more of those, and just like that. All right, so far I've just built this stupid little thing, but again, it's like Minecraft. I mean, you can build. I'm not really a Minecraft dude, so I don't know if I could give you a good example, but you could just build all sorts of things. We're gonna add a little wood. Let me build some wood towers now. Let me not bother with continuing the full-on wall. But oh, we got a big dude over here. Let's go for him. Chainsaw, hilariously easy to take these guys out with. And again, if you come at me and say, oh boy, Force, like these enemies look stupid and easy to take out and they just look bad in general, my immediate response would be, yes, I agree with you. They do. All of that is true. All of that stuff is true. But that's something that hopefully that they can work on in the future. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'll just build this thing here. I'll go across with this. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't really want to do that, so why don't we go ahead and eliminate that and continue to build this way though. And we can go up and up and up and up, and we can just do that. I mean, that's friggin', that is cool. Okay, let's go right here, and we're gonna continue to go up, and I guess we could try to go across there. Oh, messed up a little bit. Oh, okay, well, friggin' whatever, I guess. I guess that's the way it looks. That's the way my structure looks, I don't know. That's whatever, that's fine. That's exactly what I wanted. Nope. But it's something. All right, and we can continue to go out here. I mean, if you take your time and you're patient with this, you're gonna be able to get it exactly how you want. I just, patience is not one of my virtues. It is a virtue, just not one that I have in my possession. Okay, we got 13 seconds to the next guy here. I think the next guy is going to be a big boss. These waves are supposed to be getting increasingly more difficult. And you'll notice with every successive wave, we get new weapon drops as well as resources to do crafting and such. And such and so forth. Okay, so what do we got? Here we go, big dude, big dude. We're going to switch here to the chainsaw. We're going to take him out. incredibly easy because the chainsaw at this point in the game is rawful overpowered. And don't talk about balance and don't talk about the combat because that's not, they're not even focusing on that at the moment. That is, I believe, the furthest thing from their mind. I think right now, is there another guy still alive? I'm gonna build a door here, or whatever. There must still be another guy alive. The music's still going all intense like, which usually means, there it is, someone's here. Damn it, breaking through. Get away. Ugh. Hate you. But that's the sort of thing, you know? That was just me not realizing that there was someone still alive, and I lost that as a result, but when combat is actually the main feature, I mean, right now I'm pretty sure that they're just working on making sure that the game is running, essentially. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this up now, because it's cool and we can. And let's go ahead and build this across. Now let me talk with you about some of what the game has and some of what's to come. So what it has right now, it's got those procedural weapons, it's got the ability to build structures, cities, bridges, forts, whatever you want to call them. You can build structures right now. You've got the ability to interact with the world, although in this particular, I guess not patch, but this particular version of the game, that's not available, but you can do things like chop down trees, or in this level, I guess cactuses. You can chop down trees, you can dig tunnels. Think like Red Faction. I mean, one of the coolest things that I really loved about that game was you had this really interesting world, and you could dig and dig and dig. This is, holy crap, look at that guy. This game is gonna have that. You're gonna have the ability to build and dig, build as high as you want and dig as deep as you want in this game. I mean, that's their goal, that is their ambition. Whether or not they can actually do that, whether or not they can live up to it, it's hard to say. I mean, that's a lofty goal, right? I mean, that's pretty crazy. But what they're saying is you're gonna be able to dig and build all the way up into space and go as high as you want and dig as deep as you want through the planet. I mean, that's crazy. Now at the moment, it's also got a multiplayer mode. It's still very early alpha though, so that's a little buggy as well. It's filled with bugs. The game is horribly buggy at the moment and very lacking in features at the moment. But what they're talking about doing, let's talk about some of their plans for the coming soon here. So they're talking about having a procedurally infinite voxel terrain, again, digging endless tunnels deep into the ground, which I can't do at the moment, I believe, and digging endless tunnels deep into the ground, chopping down trees, building up into space. That's what they're looking at for the long goal. This underground surface space gameplay, again, building towers into the clouds, all that stuff. They're going to have something known as Fort Wars, where you build forts and two teams try to go against each other and kill the opposing team's forts. There's also the Sandbox Mode. Now, this is just one of the worlds. There's also going to be, you know, all sorts of different planets or terrains, if you will. So there's going to be things like, you know, you'll have like a forest terrain and whatnot, if that's the sort of thing that you're interested in, and this desert isn't something that you like. All right, is there another wave coming right now? Oh, here we go. We got some big dude over here. Got a few big dudes, actually. All right, so the best thing for me I found is the chainsaw's hilarious right now. You just run up to someone and go like this. They just fall over. Oh no, I almost died there. Okay, and let's go with this weapon. So yeah, the Fort Wars. It's supposed to be a dynamic RPG world, and what that means. So let's talk about what their plans are for a dynamic RPG world. They're talking about dynamic weather. They're talking about a 24-hour day-night cycle. They're talking about leveling up, having a level up experience and gear and all sorts of things like that. They're talking about vehicles, flight, furniture, fences, all these sorts of things that you can have in your buildings. I mean, so cool, such a cool. It's too ambitious. It seems too ambitious. It seems, for me, I'm thinking there's no way. There is no way that they can do this, but by golly, I hope they do, because if they could pull this off and if they could actually do everything they're talking about doing with this game, this would be the craziest, this would be the most unbelievable game ever. I mean, honestly, it would be crazy. It would be crazy if they actually pull this thing off and if they actually do everything that they're talking about doing. It seems like too much. It seems like they're like, man, you guys are setting the bar really high, but man, if you do it, if you guys do this, oh, this is gonna be crazy. The groundwork is laid here, guys. The groundwork is laid for an unbelievable experience. And I will show you, after we fight off this next wave here, I'd like to show you some of the tabs right now for the different elements of the game. Alright, forget shooting, just chainsaw. It's gonna fall over right away. It's so broken right now. Okay, so is that everyone in this wave? I gotta make sure. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you some of these tabs. So look at this, talk about the RPG system. We got health, endurance, shield base. Now right now, none of this stuff really seems to be a big deal for me because the game is so simple and easy, the combat right now, but again, we're looking at the future, we're looking at the potential. I'm level 12, I've got experience, whatever, none of this stuff again seems to matter right now. Once more, these blueprints, I'm assuming you'll be able to find blueprints as you play throughout the game to unlock different things. Here I got blueprints for this laser turret and this dual barrel rifle beyond the ones that you initially saw there. Here's my inventory system. Within the inventory, we've got storage for the hotkeys 1 through 9 for all these different weapons. We also have got inventory slots for additional items. Maybe this is where the blueprints will go, or maybe you'll be able to store resources in there as well. Also some information about my character, I suppose this is. So damage with what the different weapon types and stuff like that. I wonder if I switch weapons if that's going to change. That's not changing that, but again, whatever. It's right now, so basic. So yeah, we got weapons inventory, materials inventory, as well as equips, so I guess special items beyond your weapons, sort of like armor and gear. We also have right here abilities. There's going to be this whole ability system with passives and stuff, and I'm assuming there'll be, active abilities as well. And then here's a mission log with a logbook, and this Earthcom, I don't know what that's going to be, but some other system. Let's just kill this thing. Get away from my... Damn it. Oh, you fell on my head. Any more of your friends? Yeah, there's one over here. I mean, I'm just, you know, this is a game that I saw last week checking out Steam's early access program. I saw this game and I was saying to myself, man, if they could pull this off, holy crap. It's basically what I was saying. I mean, I hope that they end up being able to do the things that they're talking about and promising that they'll be doing. I mean, who knows? It seems like if this was possible, wouldn't you expect one of these huge AAA companies, or these companies that produce AAA games, to be able to do something like this? Maybe it's too ambitious for a company like that. Maybe it's too risky. I don't know. But, oh, man, my hopes are here. And they are high, and I'm gonna build this staircase here. We're gonna have this really cool staircase. And then I guess after we'll just probably wrap up the video. I think by now you've got a good idea. You don't need me necessarily to build this amazing structure for you to have an idea of what you could do, because just think Minecraft. We've got blocks here, and we're able to stack these blocks, and they've got different aesthetic values, and blocks with like different block types, like metal will be stronger than wood, things like of that. Like that's gonna be a true thing as well. And this is all destructible beyond the fact that you've seen these alien dudes destroy my area. Well, you'll be able to, oops. You'll be able to destroy, like, you'll be able to destroy it just by shooting it as well. Like I can shoot some of those blocks and destroy them. Chainsaw's just stupid. I don't even. How does that even make any sense? You'll be able to shoot, like here I can show you right now. I'll shoot some of this. So yeah, I can shoot it and destroy it just like that. Just like that. And I guess with that we'll wrap this up. I think this has been a pretty good look at what is currently available in StarForge. Now once again, early alpha. They have a lot of plans, they've got a lot of ambitions. Whether or not they'll be able to do all of that and live up to the things they're talking about, who knows? Who knows? I hope, I really do. I hope they can do this. I hope they can pull it off. I hope it turns out to be what they want it to be. All right, we're gonna put one right there, I guess. Can I delete that? What's gonna happen? There we go. Okay, so now I got a staircase here. I can just sort of run up this and whatnot. Hopefully they eventually add like real staircases, kind of like Minecraft does. Okay, so StarForge, currently available for early access on Steam. I believe their plan is to have it free to play once it does actually launch, whenever that's gonna be. I almost think, based on what they're talking about and based on what they have, I almost think that a launch probably won't be coming until sometime in 2014, but I'm not sure what their current launch window plans are. But nevertheless, once it does launch, I believe it's planned to be free to play. You can get early access to the early alpha via Steam right now if you want to go ahead and drop 20 bucks. Please realize there's very little in the game at the moment. Pretty much everything I've shown you. There's also creative mode, but that's really bugged right now. Problem with the creative mode right now is that no resources fall. Like, you're seeing continuous falling resources that I can... In this mode, we've got continuous falling resources that I can convert into building material. That's not working right now in the creative mode. And the creative mode is also set on a different plan. Well, let me just quickly go over there and show you that. So we're gonna disconnect from this, and I will show you the creative mode world. So here's a creative mode world, and you can't right now. There's no like invading enemies or anything. And you're supposed to be able to chop down these trees, although that doesn't appear to be working at the moment. I don't know if that's because I've seen videos of it working, but I believe that in this build they've disabled that. But you're gonna be able to like chop down these trees and I guess convert that into wood and stuff like that. But a little bit of a prettier, visually more pleasing world here, and it's also supposed to be really large. And again, digging. We're gonna be able to dig down in the ground, and I can't get over how cool of a concept this game is, and hopefully it's something that'll interest you guys. As the game continues to develop, I will be sure to provide you with some more videos and give you guys some updates as to how this is all going along. I hope they live up to the potential. Alright guys, thanks so much for checking out StarForge Early Alpha with me. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.